All right, guys, so I'm in the Model 3 Performance, and I thought I would do a little bit of a range test today. I'm not going to do anything special. I'm going to leave the AC how I normally would. I'm driving about 260 miles round trip. I got to go up to northern Phoenix, drop something off, and come back. I charged the car to 86%. There's numerous superchargers that I can hit if I need to, and I probably will. But you can see right here, I'm charged to 86%. And as far as mileage goes, 259 miles is what it's predicting here. And then I'm not real familiar with how to use some of this stuff on this, but I'm just going to go with the current drive. It's at 0, as you can see. And the car currently has 1,655 miles on it. I've done a trip to Vegas and back, but didn't really pay much attention to, the watt hours per mile and all that kind of stuff. But we will see how this goes. Yeah, anyway, I will check in later on and let you know how things are going. The speed limit in Arizona, if you're not familiar, is 75. Usually I go 75 to, actually probably more like 79 to 85. Sorry, officer, when I'm driving on the freeway. And people are usually passing you, so people haul butt here kind of like they do other places. But let's get started, and I'll just check in a little bit on how the car's doing. So the first check-in here, we were 49 miles in, averaging 235 watt hours per mile, and still had an indicated range of 213 miles. Keep in mind that it is 15 miles through Tucson from my house to the freeway, so it's kind of stop and go. That's probably why the watt hours per mile were so good. So at this point, we still have an indicated 262 miles to go. The next check-in, as you can see, we're 91 miles into the trip, averaging 253 watt hours per mile, and the indicated distance we have left is 166 miles, so that we're still looking at about 257 miles of range here, which is pretty much spot on as to what the car said we'd have at the 86% charge. On the third check-in, we're at 126 miles into the trip, 244 watt hours per mile average, and 135 miles left on the car as indicated. So that puts us at about 261 miles at 86% charge, is still above what it initially predicted for the car. Basically at the turnaround spot, 150 miles from my door to my buddy's, 110 miles left indicated by the car, 244 watt hours per mile usage, and that equals 260 miles, which again is a little bit above what the car said when I left my house. So pretty cool at this point. Next check-in, we will be at the charger in Eloy. When I reached the charger in Eloy, I had traveled an additional 82 miles, so 150 plus 82 equals 233 miles driven. I still had 82 miles indicated up on the screen there, and you don't get a great shot of that, but that's what it said. I use an average of 245 watt hours per mile on that section from my buddy's house to the charger. And if you add that all in, you're looking at a total of 315 possible miles. I think that's correct. At this point, I decided just to kind of call the road trip and didn't include the additional, it's about 70 miles home, just because it wasn't going to show up on the screen and everything. Easy enough to calculate, but I wanted you to be able to see that driving normally in this car, you can see my AC was set at 65 the whole time. I didn't really have an average speed, but I certainly wasn't sitting around 70 miles an hour like most of the road tests I've seen for the car. So it overperformed what was predicted, which I think is really cool compared to our Model Y. Significantly better. And again, I wasn't trying to do anything fancy to get better mileage. So kind of cool, just quick and dirty, not scientific, but hopefully it makes sense. And let me know if I calculated something goofy. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're in the market for a new Tesla, you can use my code, which is in the description. Save yourself $1,000. If you don't use my code, use somebody's, because you will get $1,000 off. Thanks, guys. Take care.